Hello, Miss Karen here today. We're here to do some moon science. And we're going to read a story all about the moon. And we talked about the moon. We talked about the fact that the moon doesn't have light of its own. What we see is the light reflecting from the sun off the moon, kind of like when your headlights in your car shine on a sign at night. The sign doesn't light up, but then you can see it because the light comes back to you. We talked about the fact that it looks different each night because even though half of the moon is always lit, the side that faces the sun, we can't always see that whole side. We may only see a part of that side, and that's what creates the phases. Full moon, new moon, quarter moon, all those. And then we also talked about the craters on the moon that you can see and how they were formed by asteroids and things crashing into the moon and leaving dents. Kind of like when the astronauts were on the moon, they left footprints behind. There is no wind or rain, so there's no erosion on the moon, so the imprints stay. And I hope you enjoy. I'm going to read a story, and then we're going to do a couple of crafts and a project. Thanks. Moon, Earth's Best Friend by Stacy McNulty, illustrated by Stevie Lewis. Look up, it's me, Moon. I'm Earth's best friend. Where Earth goes, I go. We have been together since the beginning. Almost. Let me tell you our story. Once upon a time, about 4.5 billion years ago, a space rock the size of Mars crashed into baby Earth. Whew, big old mess. Pieces of rock, chunks of earth, and even lava were blasted into space. This crash trash came together to make me, a satellite. Actually, I'm Earth's only natural satellite. Natural, as in not created by Earthlings, and satellite meaning I circle the Earth. She has thousands of human-made satellites too. They're mostly metal and plastic, not exactly best friend material. Guess that makes me Earth's #1 real sidekick. It takes me 27.3 days to go around Earth once. It also takes me 27.3 days to spin once. Coincidence? I think not. Means I'm dependable. My face always smiles at the Earth. You never see my backside. But you probably noticed I look different every night. Fun, right? Check out my phases. New moon, waxing crescent. Waxing means getting bigger. First quarter, waxing gibbous. Full moon, waning gibbous. Waning means getting smaller. Last quarter, and waning crescent. Then back to new moon. Some other planets have best friends too. I am Moon, but I'm not the only moon in the solar system. Jupiter has moons, Neptune has moons, Saturn has moons, Mars has moons, and Uranus has moons. These are some of the other moons. Of all the moons, I am the 5th biggest. I'll always be Earth's pal, but that doesn't mean we're twinsies. She's 4 times bigger. 6,784 miles around me and 24,874 miles around her. And her gravity is 6 times stronger. Gravity, the invisible force that makes an apple fall to the ground instead of flying up into the sky. A cow that weighs 600 pounds on Earth weighs 100 pounds on me. Speaking of cows, Earth has cows and nursery rhymes starring cows, but a cow has never jumped over me. I'm too far away for even a kangaroo to make that leap. The average distance between Earth and me is 238,855 miles. You could fit 30 Earths in that distance and probably a gazillion cows. BFFs help each other out. I keep Earth from being too wobbly. This might be the most important thing that I do, and you probably didn't even know about it. With me, gentle spinning, my gravity at work. Without me, whoa, topsy-turvy. But don't worry, moon gazers, you're never without me. I don't disappear during the day. I am always here for Earth. You just can't see me when it's super bright out, or when it's cloudy, or when I'm on the other side of the Earth from you. I can prove I'm always here. Check out the ocean's tides. High tide happens twice a day. Low tide happens twice a day. That's gravity again, my gravity pulling on Earth's oceans. I have the best views of Earth, and Earth has the best views of me. But some Earthlings wanted to see me up close. I'm the only other place in the universe where man has set foot. And I do mean man. I'm still waiting for my first female astronaut. I've had 12 moonwalkers, and they left a few footprints. Some of those footprints are still here. There's no wind or rain or snow to mess them up. Other things you won't find on me: oxygen, liquid water, animals including cows, plants, or mosquitoes, which I think is a good thing. Things you will find on me: rocks, really big rocks and more rocks. Some presents from Earth left behind by untidy astronauts: nail clippers, a golf ball, a falcon feather, a hammer, and an American flag. Earth and I have so much fun together, like when we play Eclipse. A solar eclipse, I hide the sun for a few minutes. We play this during the day. Lunar eclipse, Earth's shadow passes over me. We play this at night. I'm always here for Earth. I'm always here for you. Where Earth goes, I go, and where the Earth goes, you go. So I guess that makes us best friends too. The end. The first project is we're going to make a Phases of the Moon flip book. So you should have a page with each of the phases of the moon on it, and then a second page with all those phases in order and the cover to our book. So you're going to cut out just the cover to the book from that, and then you're going to cut each of the lines on here. So let me get my scissors. You're going to cut up the middle right along the line. You want to be careful and get these as straight as you can so the flip book works best. And then you're going to cut out each phase. And now the other side. Now you're going to put all the pages in the same order as the pictures. New moon, waxing crescent, first quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon, And we have to find waning gibbous. Make sure your moons are all on the same side of the page. Second quarter and waning crescent. And then you need your cover, and you're gonna staple it together on the side, and then you can flip and the moon will change. That's all there is to that project. That's a quick one. The next project is to make our moon phase slider. This will also show us the phases of the moon. This is the blue piece of paper with all the phases and the page with the larger moon, and yours has red squiggles on the top and the bottom. So the first thing we're going to do is cut out our circle. I made a little hole in the page to make that easier. Cut right around the circle. Remember to turn your page as you go. That gets the smoothest circle. And once you have that cut out, you're going to take your glue stick. Oh, I can't open my glue stick. And the only place you want glue is right along where the red squiggles are at the top and at the bottom. Then you're going to press your two squares together and smooth it down. And then you should have a piece of paper that looks like a rocket ship. And you want to put the rounded edge in between your pages. And that's what you're going to use to make your moon stages. You go one way for waxing and the other way. I didn't cut the set, so it's a little trickier. The other way for waning. And you can make it look just like the phases. That's our second project. Okay, and our third project, we're going to make moon craters. So you should have a large marble and a small marble. And then you have a container that's mostly mixed that is white glue and black paint to make gray. I need to mix this one up a little, and you're gonna put that all into your bowl. Just scrape it all in. If yours settled out while waiting to do the project, you can give it a good stir up. Then we want to add 1 cup of shaving foam. You can use a 1 cup measure that you have at home, or you can fill your cup that came with your project 2 times with foam. The cup is approximately a 1/2 cup measure. It's a little more. So don't worry if you have a few empty spaces. Put all of that in your bowl. And now you want to stir, folding it in gently so that you don't deflate it. You want it to stay nice and fluffy. If you've ever folded whipped cream into a recipe like mousse, this is the way you do it. You go in and scoop and lift, scoop and lift, scoop and lift. Just make sure you incorporate all of your glue into your foam. And then the next step is to pour that all onto your paper plate. You can slowly scoop it on with your foam brush, but I found it much easier to use the spoon and then use the brush to spread it out, almost like you're frosting your plate. All right, and then once you have it pretty much all spread out, You're going to use your marbles to act as if they were meteorites crashing into your moon. Just drop them in and lift them out. Drop them in. You can do some little ones and some big ones. Do this many times all over your plate. It's not really going to look like craters now, but once it dries, it does. I'll show you the one I made the other day. This is the moon I made the other day. I'm not totally convinced it looks like craters, but it sure does look kind of like the moon, and it was a whole lot of fun to make. I hope you enjoy.